Hi everybody, welcome back to episode 3 of Between Two Cheetahs. Oh my god, we forgot the cheetahs. All right, now we're back. We have the cheetahs, Matilda and Larry. It felt so empty without you two. I'm so sorry. Random story, when I was in Paris, we walked by this hotel that had actually I saw quite a few big ceramic cheetahs and leopards. So if anybody out there, all 10 of you who listen to this, if you guys know of any ceramic cheetah statues, I'm in the market. But they can't be like thousands of dollars. They have to be like, $50 ideally. Anyway, so we have the cheetahs, which is great. And we also have a special guest today. So we have Maddie. She's our Brooks guru / tech rep because we have some new Brooks shoes to talk about. So I invited Maddie over and she graciously said yes. So this is extra fun today. So we've done this 3 times now, but every episode we start with what you're wearing.
Oh, amazing.
Yes, you share with us what you're wearing today.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm going to start top down. Right now I have from Brooks, our new movement collection.
I do like that. It's cute.
Yes, this is my favorite jacket right now. It is actually only in men's right now. So
Of course.
I know.
Of course it is.
So this is my plea, aka make it both women's and men's.
The cutest shit is always men's only.
Yes.
Always. And then the women's version is going to be like cropped or like it's Brooks. So it'll be like pink.
Yes. Where I'm like, they did it right. It's so lightweight. It's so good.
Is this a pocket?
There's 2 pockets over here. And then, this is just for, I think, ventilation.
Oh,
but 2 pockets right here. Super lightweight. Yeah. It's like.
Can I feel? Because I like this is like seersucker-y.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
It's perfect. I've been wearing it nonstop. I have, underneath. Just a little Brooks running t-shirt, nothing crazy.
I feel like I do work for Brooks.
Yes, so have to flash the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then, I got Levi's pants.
Nice.
Oh, well, shout out to the Super Bowl. Shout out to Levi's Stadium.
Hey.
Super Bowl's coming up.
Also, can we have a moment for the Super Bowl? I feel like San Francisco gets all the chaos and none of the glory because the Super Bowl is not actually here.
I saw a video this morning of like people trying to point out where the actual stadium is in the Bay Area. I think they interviewed football players.
Oh, amazing.
And
they're like, no idea.
They're like, it's in Marin. Yeah, that sounds right. We're north of the city, right? And they're like, we're like so south. So shout out to the Super Bowl happening this Sunday.
Yeah.
And then I'm rocking the Glycerin 23s, the new ones. They just updated this February. I love the Glycerin. I love the whole Glycerin line. So I'm excited to talk about the shoes coming out and that are out right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to the raw denim. I'm really like a dark denim moment right now.
It is so in right now.
Yeah.
Like I have been a light wash jean girly for my whole life. I don't think I've ever owned dark denim.
They're so good.
And then this past year, I don't know, I hope it's not like, oh, I just want to be trendy. I'm like, no, it looks clean. It looks like professional.
Yeah.
But then it's also like,
Cash,
I don't know.
Because you're in denim.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I don't need to, dress up with like, your suit pants or anything, but it's not light wash. It's dark denim. That's the whole thing. Yeah.
I've been craving a pair of dark denim jeans because like when I was packing for like last week, I just have like no good jeans anymore because I never wear them.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was the one thing I wanted to find when I was in Paris was a pair of like jeans.
Yes.
I only bought fleece, so it was a fail. But that's what I want.
Yes.
I'm gonna check out Levi's actually.
Yeah, definitely do. Yeah, no, I don't work for Levi's, but yes, but yes, yeah. Brooks, if you come out with a dark wash denim,
running jeans.
Yes, running jeans.
Oh my god, the chafing alone.
Yes, yeah. No, just bring back jeggings. Actually, this is a plea for bringing back jeggings to run in. 2016. Yeah.
2016's back.
Exactly.
Actually,
so I wouldn't be surprised if definitely,
God.
I don't know if Brooks is going to do it, but some running brand has to.
Oh my God. We did a jegging version of like the Luon tight at Lululemon. And around the same time, oh my God, I had these like jeggings from Uniqlo. The things were like literally like this wide, but then somehow you put them on and they fit.
Yes.
And I just remember like, oh my God, no. So bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
I had, the jeggings super tight.
Oh yeah, always
And
skin tight.
it would just, I would go to school and then it would be perfect. I had track practice after. So then I would go to track practice and I had leggings
You're like,
on.
it
I don't
worked.
think I have to, change right now. Even though, this is my casual jegging and then I have my running jegging.
Oh my God, yeah. I feel like the 2000s, like that era was not that long ago, but also feels like
Yes.
so
I
long ago.
really have to say, that I am so proud that we're not in that era anymore. Or I don't know, I feel like fashion has come a long way.
Oh,
Like there
totally.
was you had the 90s, they were I don't know, for me, they were the epitome of cool girl fashion.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then, still had that cool girl in the early 2000s, but
Yeah.
then somewhere in between, we realized that, oh, we can make these for cheap. And then quality just went
Totally.
downhill.
And so did style.
And it just went for a big decade from 2005 to 2015. It was oh, and that was my
that.
formative years where I
Yeah.
was I was playing with fashion, but everything wasn't quality. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
maybe that was good for a kid, but
Yeah.
and then now I feel like we're back to
Yeah, I
hopefully,
feel like we're getting back.
yeah, getting back to the quality.
I hope so.
Yes, yeah.
And there's also such a range now of what's in style. I feel like I was doing this consulting project around bottom silhouettes and stuff, and I was it's really a choose your own adventure. You want wide's great. You want skinny still works. It's not really there's I know there's the controversy of Gen Z versus millennials of skinny versus wide, but it's either neither one really ever went away. It's skinny kind of fell off a cliff but never just completely died. So it's kind of cool to be whatever you want to wear.
Yes.
Just
No,
wear it.
it's good. I feel like we're at that stage.
Right.
Yeah, in the whole fashion that is you wear what you want to wear. There will be that in the market. You could find it. And especially you can Google anything. That's another
100%.
crazy part where you could just Google, straight legged jeans, dark wash, and you can get
100%.
it's crazy. It's at our fingertips.
Oh my God. Okay, speaking of that. All right.
Yeah.
So the bane of my existence right now with the bigger running brands. I will say no, I was gonna say Brooks is better, but no, they're just as bad. Oh my God, the number of colorways.
Yes. No,
Too many
more,
colorways.
say more.
Too many colorways. And it's hard as a small business because I think I might write a Substack around what it truly means to support small businesses. Because people come in and they want to they try on all the shoes, and the first question after they decide what shoe they want is this the only color it comes in? I'm we're literally a 900 square foot store, of which 400 square feet is selling space. So a normal shoe store would probably be at least 2 to 3 times the square footage of what we have. We only have enough to offer the variety that we have in terms of style, which and fit, which is actually truly what matters. We can't carry 2, 3, 4 colorways of shoe, but you go online and there's online exclusives, there's collab, there's special editions, there's easily 12 colorways per season of a style. And so people are just used to being able to pick whatever color they want. And so then we'll do special orders, but then it helps us because we get the sale, but it doesn't help us because we actually don't move through our inventory.
Yeah.
So if we can't move through a seasonal assortment of color, it doesn't help us because then we don't have space to bring in the new stuff. It's just
yes.
it's too
Yes.
much. It's too much. Do a gray of some sort that as your neutral, because also black shoes. Let's just never do black shoes ever again.
I had a big phase of all black. Sole, upper, laces, all black.
Triple black I can.
Yeah.
Triple black in certain styles I can get away with. But it has to be really intentional. I feel there's just the default of the lifestyle colorway being black and white.
Yes.
And it kind of looks like they just forgot to design the colorway because it's always black upper, white sole.
Yeah.
And then it's then there's the all white because now white shoes are trending. And then there's easily 3 to 5 trend colors per season. And then some of them carry over. Some of them don't. And it's just can we just get in I mean, we could have a larger discussion about life cycle of shoes, which we'll get to with the Glycerin Max. But I feel it's just we're in this thing where it's we need so much variety because we need to we don't want to miss a sale. We want to get somebody by maybe more than one or update because the color is cute. And it's just
And I feel the consumer nowadays can be picky. It's
So
like so
picky.
picky. And like with, going back to fashion, like how you can wear anything that you kind of want. Everyone's so unique almost, or like, you can go back to like just so much about individuality and everything where like that's, that honestly the 2010s were like you can really be unique, and then the businesses had to combat that. And then I still get like, even in my day job, I still get people coming up and like, oh, what other colors? And I show them all the colors. They're like, just wish that, you would, like, I wish I want an all pink, or there's always
an
there's
ask.
always something. I'm like, we have 16 colors.
I know, you just pick one.
Yes,
just pick one.
We have so many colors.
I know, it's like, just pick one.
Exactly. And definitely going back to, supporting small businesses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just buy what they carry.
Exactly.
You might not love it, but you'll love it enough.
And plus with running shoes, like one thing, sure, lifestyle, that's a whole different topic. Articles of clothing. Purely running shoes, I feel like you 6 months is the cycle, or however, maybe a year you'll have that shoe. You'll buy another one because it's you're gonna rotate. You're not gonna have that shoe forever. It's not a forever shoe for you. I'm so sorry.
It shouldn't be. If it is,
it's
a whole nother topic.
Exactly. Yeah. Update your shoes.
Exactly.
Buy a new running shoe.
Exactly.
If it,
Exactly. Oh my God. Okay. Really quickly, I'm wearing a sweater from Lisa Says Ga, that I love. It's a little warm today, but it's fine. And then I'm wearing Relax the Cross shorts that we have in store. They're going fast. I think we have like 5 left. And then some Nike Jacquemus shoes, which are the only Nikes that I will wear. And I still feel guilty every time I wear them, but they're cute.
They are very cute.
Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate it. Cool. So the 2 shoes that we have to talk about, one is a brand new style that I think is awesome. And then one is an update that I think is contentious. So it's good. So within the Brooks kind of family, the glycerin family, we used to stock the glycerin. Are you guys on 23 now?
Yes.
So we had the 22. And then we actually sent it back to bring in the one that we're going to talk about today, because I think between the 2 shoes I find people walk in to the store asking for by name would be the the Brooks Adrenaline and the Brooks Ghost. And so we also used to have the Brooks Glycerin as well, but between the 2, people still kind of gravitated towards the Ghost, because I think that's just kind of like the familiar
It's a very
feel.
approachable shoe.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like when people think of like Brooks, they think of the Ghost, because they think of that kind of like, I affectionately call Brooks the dad of running shoes, where it's like, it's going to be the brand that's like safe and supportive and like not too risky. And then kind of sometimes the design also is a little bit daddish.
We're coming out of that. But
yeah, it's getting better. It's definitely getting better.
That is what a lot of people envision Brooks as. It's like, oh, my dad has that shoe.
Yeah, totally.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
I would say the last year, I feel like there's been like a turnaround.
Yes, no.
And I will say it was with the launch of the second shoe we're going to talk about, which is the Glycerin Max OG. I feel like we got so many inquiries about it because people saw it online. They were just like, that shoe looks wild. Yeah. And it was just so different. Anyway, so we ended up sending back the regular glycerins, and instead we brought in the Glycerin Flex, because what I find, a lot of people come into our store who are, and maybe this is like one of the 10 people listening, but they will tend to be like, oh, like I want a shoe that I can kind of do like a bunch of things in. So like, or I'll be like, like what's your running like? And they're like, oh, I run like maybe like 10 miles a week, or sometimes I run, sometimes I go to the gym, sometimes I go to Barry's. And what I love is like, this shoe is that shoe for that person. So like, running shoes are like versatile enough. Like if you're going to do like, Barry's or walk or whatever, like you can find a shoe that'll do that, but they're not all like actually designed to do that. So you kind of like cheat the system a little bit by just like going for like a more daily trainer or something. Whereas like this shoe is actually designed for that purpose, which I think is like really cool. And it's also very different. And I'm so glad we talked about the early 2010s, because this also kind of reminds me of like an early 2010 shoe.
Yes.
I do get Nike Free vibes, but in a very good way.
Yes, that's what for anyone, that's asking about the shoe, I'm like, okay, think of a Nike Free.
Yeah.
a little bit more supportive, a little bit
So much more supportive.
so much, like truly so much
Like,
more
there's a
supportive.
soul.
Yeah, there's actually, yes, but it's like in the way of how it's flexible.
Yeah.
How, there's not a stiff bottom, but
Right.
still has more cushion than a Nike Free, more stability. It's going to last longer. But in the way of the Nike Free is like, oh yeah, well, I just, took that to the gym. Then I
Totally.
did a run, and then now I'm going to the cafe. And
looks
it
cute
can
with
all-
sweatpants, looks great with running
Yes.
stuff. So here is the shoe. So I grabbed the more kind of like muted colorway that we have in store. But this is the Glycerin Flex. So the flexible kind of like outsole that Maddie was talking about, you can actually see how it flexes, which is so wild. And you can actually feel that when you're wearing it.
It is a very cool feeling.
It's fun. It's very fun.
But with that flexibility, you can have it flex with your foot here, and then when your foot needs that stability, it will like clamp up here. You can like see it flexing, but then if it won't flex over to have that support over your arch, which is really nice.
Yeah, so like if you're, this might be a me thing, but I struggle with wearing running shoes to stuff that is like more kind of like cross training, like weightlifting, stuff like that. Because I find like if I'm holding a plank, like sometimes I'm like actually not really on my toes. I'm like balanced on the top of my shoe.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like doing a lunge or something, it's like, again, you're kind of like working around the shoe versus like doing the exercise. And what's so cool with this is like, it's definitely not a barefoot shoe, but it does give you more kind of like sensation around your foot. So like if you are going back into a lunge, like you can actually like bend into a lunge. If you are in plank, you can actually like bend your toes and stuff. So I think it's really cool. I don't know if like Brooks designed this because like High Rocks is a thing.
Sure.
Or if they kind of got like the feedback that they needed a more kind of like versatile shoe. But
no, I will say with this shoe, it has been like 10 years in the making of like, if, the OG Brooks fans probably know about like the Aurora BL or like our Pure line, and that went away. And for, 10 years after that, we have been cooking in the kitchen and trying to really figure out of like, okay, how do we have that, that pure feeling, but we still want nice cushion underneath our foot. But we want to make it so that you can, take it from your run to your workout to the cafe. And so, this is definitely they have put so much work into the shoe and made sure really that it's not only like, oh, great for the workout, but we're like a running company, and so you can also take it on the run.
Yeah, it's fun to run in. I will say it's probably more of like a 5K shoe.
Yes,
but I think it's perfect. Like if you are a treadmill runner, this would be so nice on the treadmill. It does have like, it's cool because like, I don't know if you can see it, but there's like almost like these little like, the way the outsole is designed, there's almost like these little like pods, and it's actually quite springy. Like from like a responsiveness for having kind of more of that sort of like, I don't want to say barefoot foot sensation, but having kind of more sensation of like the road and where your foot is in space. It is like very still like supportive and responsive and has like a nice kind of like bounce to it. Like when I started running these, I was like, oh, these are fun.
Yes, no, it's more springy than you anticipate, which is nice, and it's lightweight. I don't know about like, I kept running in the Glycerin Max, the Glycerin 22s, and then I put this on my foot. I was like, oh my gosh, it's light. Like this is good. Instead of like, I don't want like a Hyperion right now. I just want, still that nice premium cushion underneath my foot, but still having that responsiveness to make it through my whole 5K.
Totally. This is also, I think, like make a great walking shoe too. I haven't sold it as a walking shoe, but just because it does have like that really kind of nice it fits the foot a lot. Like it's a little bit of a slimmer foot because you get that kind of like seamless, like knit, almost like sock like upper. It's just comfortable, which I really like.
I love the knit upper. I was a huge fan of the Glycerin 22 Stealth Fit.
Oh yeah.
Yes. And so I'm the type of girl that is just not untying my shoe, like just slipping it in. So having the heel pull tab and just having a nice knit upper where it's feels like a sock almost, just hugging your
Yeah.
foot
Yeah,
is
yeah.
really nice. So
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I mean, it makes sense to put it into the shoe, just like as like a Nike Free almost, or even, yeah, like that stealth fit. Making it, yeah, really nice and cozy. So it's like perfect, like,
comfy.
okay, errands, I want,
Yeah.
cute little shoe. And
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
honestly, for Brooks, or
It's
we
cute.
are like, maybe, 2 years ago, we were the dad of
Yeah.
sneakers. We have gotten so, like, I am so proud of this brand for just, making
It's
a
so
shoe
cute.
that looks good
Yeah, yeah.
and also great function and, can take it to the gym and the run. So, I'm so excited for where this company's going with just the design
Yeah.
because, 2-3 years ago, you would have gotten this just with like a regular upper.
I don't know if we would have gotten this 2-3 years ago.
Right?
Because I feel like the thing that's interesting is I think like Brooks in the kind of like entire like product assortment, I'd say like they've got like their, the Ghost, the adrenaline, kind of the things, the addiction, the styles that we don't carry, but the things that kind of like keep them running. And then it has been interesting to see them like drop something like this, the Glycerin Max, even the Hyperion. We'll have to chat Hyperions when like the new update comes out, but like the Hyperion 3 compared to the 2, like so much more fun, super responsive.
Like a good different shoe.
Completely different. It's like somebody was just like, you guys, like we need to have fun when we're running in these shoes.
Yes.
And they were just like, oh, okay.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't just have to be like, you can achieve support and stability, but still have fun with like your footwear, which I think is really nice.
And I think, going back to your point, like this wouldn't have come out 3 years ago. I think there has been a tremendous update just to the way Brooks is thinking about shoes. Yeah, before it was like, okay, we have a neutral, we have a stability, and then we'll have a little bit more of that cushion, a little bit premium, maybe a little bit more responsive. Yeah. But now they're categorizing we're like creating families and these portals for customers to interact with the shoes, where you have, the Ghost portal, we'll have that Ghost Max, and if you want, more responsiveness, there's something coming out.
Oh yeah, that one I think is going to be really good.
Yes, I can't say too much about that. And then with the Glycerin, we're just updating this family, and now we have the Flex, we have the, a stability version. We have the Max that we'll talk about a little bit more.
I was okay getting rid of the Glycerin because I saw what was coming. I was like, that will be fine.
Yes.
We'll be okay.
No, totally. So I feel like Brooks right now is creating a web, truly like a web, and diversifying and expanding where before it was so narrow-minded, where I'm like, this is truly amazing for the brand, amazing for running, that now we can expand and play with these different type of shoes, where before we had the stability and we had the regular and maybe we had a Max, where now I'm like, okay, this is getting really exciting for us. Like we're playing around, we're not being scared. I feel like we were a little timid before, but we're cooking something good.
Yeah, it's good. I will say, last thing on the shoe, what I like too is, so I don't usually talk about like specs and stuff, but I will say the drop is lower, which I think is also big for Brooks, because Brooks tends to be a higher drop brand.
It's like, this is crazy for Brooks of having a 6mm drop.
So that's like, for those of you who don't pay attention to drop, it's just the height of the heel compared to the height of the forefoot. So there's a 6mm difference. Every running shoe is going to be slightly, unless you're like an ultra, is going to be slightly higher in the back and lower in the front. It just kind of alleviates like the stress on your calves, your Achilles and stuff like that. You're just not asking them to stretch like quite as much. Brooks like was sitting up in like a 10-12mm for like the longest time. So the fact that there's like this one 6 and then we get to Glycerin Max also a 6 just feels a little bit also kind of like fresh.
Yes.
And like they're kind of like moving things on, because I think the trend seems kind of like everybody's kind of getting more towards like that 6 is the ideal kind of like drop height. So that's good too. And then also from a cross training perspective, if you're sitting at a 6mm drop, it means that your foot's just a little bit flatter. So if you are doing like squats and things like that, you don't just sit like quite so far back in your heels to like get in there. Like it's going to be a little bit like easier as well.
Yes. So. No, that's a great call out.
Yeah.
We can get that back.
Awesome. Okay. And then the other one that we have to talk about today is a bit contentious. So we have the Glycerin Max 2. Sorry, I just like added one. Glycerin Max 2. I've read mixed reviews about this one online. And just I've had people, you know, had conversations in store. It's funny because when I first placed my buy like a year ago, I was told that the updates were mostly cosmetic, and then as I got closer to launch date and people were starting to review them and stuff, it sounded like it was much more than just a cosmetic update. And basically, the foam is firmer. The upper is actually lighter because they got feedback that the shoe ran hot. I never experienced that. I thought it was fine. And then they slightly changed the pitch of the toe off, so it's more aggressive, which is hilarious because if you've ever ran in the OG version, it's hella aggressive. So I didn't actually realize we need to get more aggressive. Like I would wear it around the store sometimes, and like if I had to reach something, it was like I was on point shoes, which I actually really liked. But I will say my takeaway on this one is it's fine. I don't think it really is deserving of like the hate online. I think when the first one came out, it was so disruptive and so different. The design was like chef's kiss, perfect. Like they did that little like grin through of the foam. So you got like that color poking in. The upper, like you sat lower into the foam, so it looked like this like crazy aggressive foam, even though it was aggressive, but not as much visually as it seemed. The foam was lovely. It was like neither too firm nor too soft. And I just didn't think they needed to fuck with it.
Yeah.
And so I think, honestly, they just pissed people off because they were just like, why did you tweak this shoe? Because it didn't need tweaking.
Yeah.
And I kind of wonder if like the design team had worked so hard on the first one and it was so different. And like a merchant was like, but we need an update. And the designer was like, I have nothing to give you. This shoe is perfection. And you're asking me to perfect perfection. So I think they just kind of like, I think somebody somewhere just like went and just was like, we'll just tweak this formula and we'll change this slightly and then we'll just redesign the upper and call it a new shoe. And we just didn't want that. We just wanted the old one and like more fun colors.
I feel like all of the people maybe complaining online about it. I feel like I see two lanes of like the first person that's complaining is picking the shoe because they want it to be their racer or wanting to be that
this is not a fast shoe. Do not buy this as a
where
fast
like
shoe.
you're like, oh, I didn't feel fast, and you're like, okay, well, let's look at it. There's not a plate. There's it's a recovery shoe. Definitely will have like it won't be a marshmallow because we're gonna have that DNA tuned of in the midsole, so it will give you a pop. It's not gonna be that crazy springy responsiveness like anything with a plate in it. So I feel like that's one lane of
if you're buying this because you think it's going to be fast, or if you found the first shoe to be fast, I don't think it's the shoe. Like I think like the toe off can give a feeling of speed, but this shoe was never designed for speed. It was always designed for comfort.
And I feel like even with the update and making it firmer, that in tune can make it a little bit more responsive than the last one. I felt like the people who didn't like the last version did find it like a marshmallow, so then we firmed it up, made it a little bit less marshmallowy. So there's that someone who likes that marshmallowness comes to the twos and being like, okay, now it's firmer. It's like, oh well, it's a little bit more responsive. Don't you like that now? So that's one lane. And then I think the second lane was just that, like they wanted more, they like that marshmallow feel. And then now we firmed it up and they're like, wait, I actually really I love that recovery shoe. And we changed it a bit to make it a little bit more springy.
I will say I kind of get, because we used to stock, when we first opened, we had the Ghost Max. I do get slightly more Ghost Max vibes with this. And the Ghost Max to me was like a brick.
So with that firmness of that sole, and you're like, what is the difference between that Ghost Max? That's gonna have definitely firmer, way firmer sole, not an aggressive, a little bit heavier. But yes, with firming this up, definitely
gets a little bit
on
closer.
That line.
But I'll say I ran in this. Well, we both did. I ran in this morning because I had an unfortunate incident where I don't know if it was the shoes or just an improper warm up because my birthday is next week and I'm gonna be one step closer to half a century on this planet. And so my like left calf is very angry, but I have a friend visiting from out of town and she wanted to go for a run and I really wanted to catch up with her. So I was like, what shoe do I have in my closet that can help me toe off without having to toe off? Because being on my toes actually just makes my calf hurt. So this one.
Yes.
I will say that first mile was very touch and go. I almost stopped a couple times, but I limped my way through until my calf was warmed up, and then it only hurt a little bit for most of the run. But I do think it was because of this shoe, because I could just kind of like, I just had to pick up my leg and then it would kind of like
It does
propel
the
me
rest.
for me, which is kind of what you want in like a recovery shoe. Like if
Yes.
you're just getting time on your feet or like a long run where it's just like time on your legs,
Yeah.
that kind of like party pace where you're just like, you know, you're like, how I'm just running for like 3 hours, whatever. This is great for that.
Yeah. I also ran in it this morning, and it was exactly that. I wanted a recovery shoe that does the work for me, also max cushion, and that, you know, I want to feel a little bit better about myself, feel like I, you know, can still run and after a workout. So this one did it today. So thankful for this one.
I know, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great. We have a regular who comes in and she loves the Glycerin Max and she's in the middle of a training block and she was looking to get a replacement and she ended up finding the OG one online because she was like scared to go with a new one, and I texted her and I was like, it's fine. Like it's a great shoe.
Yeah, it is a great shoe. And it's funny, yesterday actually, I was walking just around town and I saw, this older gentleman just rocking these, just like jeans, these guys. It's also just, a great walking shoe too. I feel like I mean, a lot of running shoes are great walking shoes and vice versa. Like it definitely can go both ways. And I love that he was just rocking this with, a pair of dark washed denim with, it was like the black and lime green one. He looks so good.
Okay, that was, okay, so
so good.
when the ones came out for our first year that we were open, my husband convinced his company, and he works at a small company, to buy running shoes as their Christmas present. It's very sweet. And so he got like, he could have like, I mean, he any day of the week could have any shoe in the store, but for his Christmas present, I was gonna like give him like a trail shoe, because like we hike all the time and he's wearing like old Adidas's or something, and I was like, oh, like why don't we get like a normal or like, something that's like traily, and all he wanted was that lime one.
Yes.
He's like, these are so cool. And they look cool. I mean, they're a monster of a shoe, but also like, what shoe is this comfortable and then also gives you 2 inches of height?
Exactly.
It's perfect. I will say the funny thing, this shoe does squeak.
Yeah, does it?
Yeah, but I don't, maybe it's the colorway, because I think I have like the gum one.
Yeah.
But it does give me like basketball shoes on a court.
Oh, funny.
When I'm running.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I can't be bothered. I'm not bothered if my shoes squeak, but it is kind of funny where I'm like, oh, it feels like I'm like pivoting.
Exactly.
But
yeah. Funny. Yeah, because sometimes, the Glycerin Flex, when I first picked it out of the box, and I was just, test riding it in my house, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like on a basketball court right now.
Oh, I know, right?
Yeah,
You're
just like, the new feel.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. But good thing it's, not with the inside of the shoe.
No, it's just, I think it's because of this.
Okay.
Like I'll like hit it, and then it does like that little like squeak thing. But yeah, TLDR. It's great. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like no notes. I mean notes, but like.
Yeah, I'm excited to see now. Yeah, since the first version was so new, so different.
Yeah.
So it was so unique. I'm curious now of like feedback from this shoe, feedback from the first shoe.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the 3.
Like the 3, I feel like they have a lot of notes now.
Yeah.
And then it can go right in that middle ground.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna be. I mean, love this one. So I'm always excited about the new update.
Also, I feel like this could go to like a 18 to 24 month cycle.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like we're in this habit of like constantly updating shoes as well.
Oh, that's whole
Since I'm on my tangent about like colors. I just feel like, do we really need to be like, I feel like in terms of like foam innovation, we've seen such a huge like leap in the last like really, when did Breaking 2 come out? Like in the last like 6 years? 8 years. And now I just feel like we're like we've innovated so far into foams that we're just like constantly making these like tiny tweaks, and being like, it's better, it's better, it's better. And it's like, when we just get to a point where like this is the glycerin max. It is the glycerin max until like it is no. It's like it's like jeans.
Yes, like jeans.
This is the silhouette until it is no longer relevant, and then until max cushion is no longer a thing.
Yeah, we have the Brooks Addiction. We have not updated that shoe because we made it. It's like.
Doesn't need to be updated.
It doesn't need to be updated. We did such a great job. It has such a cult following with that one shoe. It's stability. It is.
You're gonna piss so many people off if you talk with that
exactly. Shoe. Like that. Yeah. I thankful for Brooks of not updating it because it is a great shoe for those people who love it. Yeah. And it doesn't need to be changed right now. And maybe if we do come across a technology or an innovation, sure. And we hit it out of the park with the last version, and we haven't updated it for a while.
Yeah, because it's like, unless you like launch a shoe and it has like a very clear fault, like the upper, there's like very clear feedback that like the upper doesn't work or the foam doesn't work or something. But like, I think that's again why people were like not happy with the two, is because the one, there was like no notes. Like the shoe was great. Like colors were great. Well, the launch colors were great.
Another deep dive into colors.
I know, right? But yeah, so I mean, it's fine, but I just wish we get to a point where it's just like, this is the shoe. We'll do fun stuff with it, but then the customer just knows what to expect.
Yes. I feel like I definitely agree with that. And one thing of where a lot of shoe companies, like with the trend of Max, of like, oh my gosh, we need to add Max to every single shoe. Yeah. And then you're like, whoa, this is going to be a trend. Or at least, half the people will love that. Half the people will be like, what happened to my amazing shoe? Which I'm so glad that they didn't add Max to the glycerin. They made the glycerin Max. Yeah. Where like so many other shoe companies didn't do that. And they just said, oh my gosh, our beloved one model, we're adding stack. Totally. And then so much is riding on that one shoe because that is their number one. Totally. And so I'm just very thankful. I still have my glycerin 23s. They're so gorgeous, and I still have this recovery shoe if I'm feeling it.
I will say, I feel like when they came out the glycerin Max, the OG one, it's funny because I feel like and that trend of kind of like, this is the Max version, I do feel like the glycerin Max felt different than the glycerin. And not just from like an amount, because obviously there's like more cushion, but it actually felt like a different foam and a different shoe. So I feel like when they came out the glycerin 22, they actually had matched the foam to what was in the I don't know if this is true or not, but it just felt like it rode more like the glycerin Max in terms of springiness, responsiveness, type of foam, and all of that. So I don't know if that is what happened, but that was really interesting. And I feel like it's like, it is interesting. I mean, what are your thoughts on Max Cushion? Do you think we've reached Max Cushion?
That is I think we're at the pinnacle. Or we have reached it. We're at the peak, and the people who are going to love it. And I don't think it's going to go anywhere in the next 5 to 8 years. I think there's still going to be Max. It's, got everyone that it can right now and everyone who likes Max Cushion, but there is that little pivot in the market right now that we're seeing of okay, for the person who just did Max for the trend, they're looking for what's next or what's new, and where like, okay, Max was good, but I actually want to I don't want all this cushion underneath the foot. I want to feel my run. I want to be more tuned with my run. And so I feel like that's, especially with the Glycerin Flex, that's kind of like our response to Max Cushion, because we're seeing this little pivot in the market. And so we're trying to be there for those customers who are like, okay, Max, it's had its day. It is fine. We want something different. But I think Max is here kind of to stay as just as a category. Like, I think it has done its job, and it was really successful. And for one, I am a Max girly. I love my Max shoes.
I used to love more minimal, like almost like racing flats, but now I've really, I mean, we can get in, this is also probably a larger conversation, but we could get into like the anatomy of building a shoe rotation. Yeah. Because this is where like having like a proper shoe rotation can be really helpful. Yes. So you have your Max Cushion, and then you have your lighter one. And then that's also how you keep your feet healthy, because you have the
Exactly.
max cushion for your recovery days, your long runs, all that. But then you also have your shoe where you can actually feel the ground underfoot. So you're still like, so I feel like the, you know, the people who are like all about like barefoot shoes and stuff, they're like, but you're strengthening your feet. And it's like, well, no, you can actually just have 2 different shoes.
Yes.
And just like play in the extremes. So you have like your max cushion, super comfy, whatever. And then you've got your, it doesn't even like type of cushion is kind of like even a mute point at that point. You just want something with like less cushion. So you can feel the road underfoot. You can kind of like feel the impact and all that stuff too. So it's just like, you know.
Yeah, creating that rotation.
Exactly.
Yes, definitely. Don't let your feet muscles deteriorate. Yeah, still work them. We still want to work them.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. And then also, yeah, it's also funny of just like, how to build that shoe line for yourself. And like, if you are just hitting the concrete over and over again, you're like, okay, well, let's get a little bit more stacked. But if you're out on the trails, and that you don't need max cushion, like that is such a
the
nice
dirt
forgiving.
is your cushion.
Yes, like that's so forgiving. Where I'm like, I see these really minimal shoes, and someone who's like, oh, I only run like city blocks, and you're like, oh my gosh, that concrete to your body.
Oh, I know. Oh my God.
I'm like, go on the trails maybe for that, and but also or switch it up, you know, just don't always, because your body. I'm like, your body on that concrete. Oh no.
I know, same. Amazing. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for being on the pod.
Yes. This was awesome. I really appreciate it.
Oh my God, of course. And next shoe launch, when the new one that we can't talk about comes out.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Maddie will be
we have
back.
so much. So many good shoes coming out soon.
I know.
I can't say.
So, yeah. That one's fall. So, which by fall is like July.
Yeah. No. Truly. Yes. Exactly.
Anyway, thank you.
Perfect.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, still not sponsored.
Yeah. Sponsor
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Topo Chico.
Amazing.
Oh, that's so good.